Turnovers and injuries cost the Washington Wizards as they lose 110-90 in O-Town versus the Orlando Magic. So we're going to laugh and cry at this very sloppy loss tonight. Next on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Watch out now. Your favorite podcast now has a newsletter. Introducing the Locked On Wizards Daily Newsletter, a one-stop for the ultimate team and league coverage delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for free now at LockedOnDaily.com. That's LockedOnDaily.com. And start your day with all new free Locked On Wizards newsletter. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. It's that easy. All right, everybody, let's get into this thing tonight. As you know, the Washington Wizards do lose to the Orlando Magic and Orlando 110-90, and a lot of different reasons why they lost this game. I don't know if the refs had a parlay, and it's very sloppy basketball turnovers, but we're going to get into it. And then we're going to look at Black Coulibaly. Is he going to develop the 3 of the D? I mean, we're going to look at many ways where he can definitely improve his offensive game, and we're going to take a look at Keyshawn George also, and then get in the comments and chop it up like we always do. So first thing first, AB, sloppy basketball game, AB. So for you, what's your take? I mean, what was the main reason why the Wizards lost this game tonight, man?
I think, again, it just goes back to talent gap. I mean, Orlando Magic, for as bad as they've been in the past, right now, they have a lot of really solid players on the team. Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Anthony Black. I mean, they were doing their thing. I liked how the Wizards, at least they fought in that first half. In that third quarter, it was 17 to Orlando Magic's 32 in points. It just, the game got away, and then I think there was like Orlando went on a 13-0 run, 26-6 run, and a 10-2 run. So, again, it's just like at the end of the day, we talk about all the time the Wizards is going to be the majority of the nights, probably 99.9% of the nights, it's going to be a talent gap. And, I mean, they showed out, man. I know it's a Wizards podcast, but I just want to say Paulo Banchero, once the older guys, the Steph Currys of the world, the Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, watch out. He is going to be the face of the league.
Oh, I'm with you, man. Orlando's got some talent. I like Banchero, man. I like Wagner, man. Definitely a couple of really good players and cornerstones for Orlando. But, I mean, I'm not going to say it was on the refs because it wasn't, but a lot of questionable calls. I mean, a lot of questionable calls where they barely got touched. And we all know it's a league-wide issue. It's I don't want to call it soft. I don't want to make nobody upset now, but the league is different now. I'm just going to say that. A lot of bad calls. And looking at the tail of the tape just from a team performance, man, turnovers were an issue. A lot of bad passing. And like I said, as far as the passing, I'll say this. The Jordan Poole really utilized his penetration lane and really has some really nice passes. But overall, there was a lot of sloppy passes. I mean, the turnovers killed us tonight. 19 turnovers, and they capitalized off those turnovers by scoring 19 points off of those turnovers. But it wasn't that. But to me, the biggest factor was the paint, man. They out-rebounded us 58-47. 14 offensive rebounds, which ended up being 17 second chance points by extending possessions for the Orlando Magic. Other stats to look at real quick. I mean, paint points, 54 points in the paint compared to our 36. So turnovers were an issue. And, like I said, the fouls were an issue also. If you look at the fact that we were very shorthanded, Alex Saro didn't play, Chris Middleton didn't play, Marcus Smart didn't play, Malcolm Brogdon didn't play. So we were definitely shorthanded. So the fouls were another issue where a lot of guys were hesitant to, be willing to take those charges or willing to, put a hand in there because we were shorthanded. So, I mean, there was a lot of reasons why we lost this game. And the first quarter, we looked good. I mean, the first quarter, I thought that, all right, this could be a winnable game. And then this is why you play 4 quarters. And like you said, yeah, talent gap, I can agree with that. Obviously, Orlando's a lot better. Their guards, man, their guards play with some attitude and they can shoot, man. About to say Greg Anthony, man. This shows my age a little bit. Anthony Black. I mean,
Cole Anthony, I think that's what you meant.
There you go, Cole Anthony, man. See, I'm old school, man. Something about his dad, Greg Anthony, but Cole Anthony can play. I mean, both him and Anthony Black provided really good minutes tonight. And I believe that Anthony Black, he dropped 23 points tonight, AB. I mean, look at this situation. Franz Wagner, 23 points. Banchero, 19 points. And then you had 23 points off the second unit by Anthony Black, where he shot 4 for 5 from 3. So, I mean, there's many reasons why we lost this game. Like I said, the defense. Again, the rotations were slow. So this was just a team loss. I mean, yeah, we're shorthanded, but next man up. Look, here's the thing with a rebuilding team. You got to earn those minutes. And when you get those minutes, you have to earn your keep, man. Nothing's guaranteed. Nobody has won anything yet. And nobody's got their job right now. I mean, everybody's fighting for what their place is here long term. Don't get it twisted. It's an audition every game. Because right now, look, they're still evaluating the talent and seeing who is part of the future, man. So it goes down to culture. Play hard, play to win. Go out there and play like your job depends on it. Because for a lot of these guys, man, their job does depend on it. And like I said, it's not on the refs, even though there was a lot of bad calls. Let the guys play. I mean, it's just get to the point where it's like, just give them flags, man. I mean, it's hard to watch at times, man. But we lost the battle of the paint easily. I mean, rebounding continues to be an issue, and there's times where it got bad. But you best believe with Jonas Valanciunas now on a different team, rebounding is definitely going to take a dip. Sean Holmes, man, he does what he can. Looking at the tail of the tape, I mean, Jordan Poole, I feel like he did well. Not his best shooting night. I mean, he did shoot 6 for 16, so less than 50%, and 3 for 9 from 3. But he's aggressive, and we all know that he is going to be the focus of most opposing defenses. So again, Orlando, it was a good effort by Anthony Black and Cole Anthony to kind of, really slow down Jordan Poole. And even though he dropped 16, and like I said, there was times where you see a lot more that Jordan Poole is utilizing his speed to attack and collapse the defense, man, and really slide the ball to the outside. So not mad at that. Not his best night shooting, but it is what it is. Bilal, 4 for 11, 0 for 3 from 3. And we're going to talk about Bilal in the second segment, man, but 11.6 assists. And like I said, Bilal, he's still raw, AB. He's still got a lot of learning, a lot of development to do as far as being a weapon offensively. And at this point, you got Chris Middleton, he's dealing with the ankle injury. But, we need a consistent second and third option behind Jordan Poole because, like I said, all the other team has to do is shut him down and challenge the rest of the team to step up. And who steps up? Bilal's not ready. He's not ready to be that he's not ready to be that second option. He's just not. Right now, in my opinion, behind Poole, behind Middleton, behind Bob Carrington, behind Sarr, you're probably looking at a fifth option. And I hate to be like that because I'm a big Bilal fan. I think Bilal could be a star here in the nation's cap, man. But he's got a long way to go offensively. You just, it's Jekyll and Hyde. One game you see aggression. And like I said, dunking, he's got that aggression, but we need more than that because Gerald Green was a dunker. And where's he at now? I'm just saying, like, it's one thing to slam, do these really athletic dunks, but we need more, man, because the fact of the matter is he's the first young player who's going to be up for an extension. And I think the next year, I'm relegated to now saying that next year is going to be his breakout campaign because you just don't see that aggression every game with Bilal, man. Some games you do, some games he's very hesitant. He second guesses himself. And it takes a hit on him, man, because he second guesses himself. And you have to shoot the ball to get into a rhythm. He's hesitant. And we need more of a dog factor from Bilal. Champagne did okay. Starting at small forward, 6.6 rebounds, not his best night shooting the ball. 1 for 7 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. Another thing with Bilal, 5 turnovers, man. So, like I said, with him putting the ball on the floor and trying to be more of a playmaker, you don't see a lot more turnovers. So, but that's the thing. If you're gonna do that, I want to see aggression. I'm willing to take some turnovers in exchange for aggression. I mean, do you agree with me, maybe?
Definitely, especially with a young guy like Bilal. Like, this is year 2. You didn't expect this much of an improvement early on this season. So whatever it takes. Again, we talked about it, how the younger this team is, the more mistakes they're prone to make. So it is what it is. We just got to learn from it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not ready to panic. We got a long way to go. We're in year 2 of rebuild, and right now is the youth movement. It's time for them to learn and make those mistakes. So I'm not harping on the mistakes. You want them to make those mistakes. So I'm not tripping at all on that front. Keyshawn Jordan, again, not his best night shooting the ball. 3 for 7 for 3, but 3 for 10 overall. He shows glimpses of being more of a playmaker and attacking the basket. But the young guys, period, outside of even Bub, these young guys are hesitant to attack the rim. I mean, Bilal, Bilal, that's the best part of his offense right now is attacking the rim. Because the mid-range, he hit a couple really nice mid-ranges tonight. So, but the three-point shot continues to be a work in progress. Some other people to look at real quick. Rashawn Holmes, wow. I mean, undersized most nights, but he plays with his chip on his shoulder. He plays with attitude and very, very productive night. I like what I see from Rashawn Holmes. Like I said, I'm fast becoming a fan of this brother, man. 11 points, but 10 rebounds and 2 blocks. So he plays tough. He really does. And, he's another guy like Shinpenny, an effort guy, a guy who is willing to dive on the ball for those loose balls, a guy who plays with attitude. We need more guys like that on this roster. Carrington, not a bad night, 0 for 4 from 3, but 5 for 9 for the field overall. 5 rebounds, 4 assists to include 13 points. Kispert shot did not drop the night, AB. 9 points, but he shot 1 for 6 for 3 for 12 for the field. So definitely want to see him rebound tomorrow night against the Brooklyn Nets. Tristan Vukcevic, 19 minutes played tonight. He had glimpses. I mean, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 for 6 from the field, include 1 block. So definitely excited to see what he can do in this over the course of the second half of the season. So, AB man, very sloppy game. I mean, I'm gonna ask you real quick, man. The officiating. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say they were the one factor that lost this game, but I mean, come on, man. How frustrated were you with some of these calls, man?
No, definitely it is frustrating. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that the Wizards are like a 9-10 win team compared to the Magic, who are kind of contending the East. So obviously there might be some calls that sway their way. But at the end of the day, losing by 20 points, you try not to make it up to the officials in any sporting event. But there are times where it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like that's really a foul. But on this end, on our end, you're not calling it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. So, like I said, guys, overall, this is a sloppy game dealing with injuries, turnovers. This was just a total team loss. And so, hopefully, we go into the second of a back to back tomorrow night versus the Brooklyn Nets at Capital One. So, we're going to do a preview for that. I'm also going to talk about Bilal and Keyshawn George and what can we expect for them offensively this year. So, and then get in the comments like we always do. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by DoorDash. NBA fans, get ready. They swish, you save. Thanks to Dash Pass, every time a player drops 50 or more points in the game, you score a huge deal the next day. It's simple. When a player scores 50 or more in a game during the 2024 and 2025 NBA regular season, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order, up to $10 off the next day from noon to midnight. So like I said, guys, we're still in the midst of wintertime. Looking forward to baseball season in spring, but it ain't yet there. If you don't feel like going out because of the weather, if you don't want to go out on the Friday, Saturday night because of drinking or smoking or just partying or whatever the case may be, DoorDash has got you covered, man. So look, sign up for Dash Pass and be ready to save. When a player scores 50 or more in a game, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order the next day, up to $10 off. Just use promo code NBA50 from noon to midnight after a 50-point game on eligible orders at participating merchants. Now, you must have an active Dash Pass account, so terms do apply. Dash Pass. All right, AB, let's get back into this thing, man. So we're going to get in a preview for tomorrow night's game at home versus the Brooklyn Nets. But real quick, we're just going to cover Bilal tonight. Look at Bilal. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Bilal. I think he's going to be a star. I mean, he's a monster on the defensive end. But offensively, very up and down this year. Started out well, then kind of cooled down a bit. And then now we're in the midst of the second half of the season, and you kind of expect him to kind of take that, hit that next gear. Number one, are you concerned? And number two, do you, long term, do you see Bilal as a guy who can be a second or third option on his offense, or do you think he's going to be a guy where his defense is going to be the highlight and his offense is going to come around slowly but surely?
I definitely think it's going to be a learning curve. And again, this is year 2 of Bilal Coulibaly. It was very, very, very raw coming out of the draft. But at the end of the day, we've seen those glimpses of him dropping 20 points a game. Once that consistency hits, sort of what we saw with Denny Avdia here in Washington. Sorry to bring him up for the Denny Avdia fans, but it took some time for him to hit his stride offensively. So again, I think with this offseason coming up and with the vets officially gone, and you're going into offseason knowing that you're going to be expecting more, I just think, like there's going to be times where it's going to be like, what are we doing here? But there is a lot of room for improvement. That's what we're hoping to see. And defensively, he's already there. I mean, the potential is even more. That ceiling is huge. So I think even if he's there defensively, if it takes time to be offensively and hopefully they match, I generally think he has the talents to be an all-star player in this league and potentially be a cornerstone player for this franchise.
Yeah, I do. I speak about Bilal in high regard because I think he's a heck of a player. I really do. I think he could be a star. But like I said, to reach that plateau of being a star and an all-star, there's a lot of factors. The team has to develop him right, put him in the best position to succeed. Personally for Bilal, he's got to put the work in. Defensively, you see that mentality, you see that dog mentality, you see that aggression. Offensively, there's times where he second guesses himself. There's times where you see the confidence. Even when it's high, he's a heck of an offensive player. When it's low, it kind of reminds me of Denny. Denny, big thing with Denny was confidence. When the confidence was high, Turbo was a heck of a player. When the confidence was low, then it's a totally different player. He's got to stop second guess himself. Look, being an aggressive player, a featured player on the offense, it has to be a mentality, man. I mean, you've got to have that aggressive, that scores mentality. You see it with Jordan Poole, even though at times Jordan Poole is way too hesitant on that three-point shot. But like I said, I challenge AP13. Be more of a guy. Utilize your speed, man. Utilize your speed and scoring mentality to find options for other people. Because look, we know that JP can score. That's not even a secret. JP 13 is a nice up and coming scorer in this league. And look, he's a guy who had an important spot on a championship team. So look, we know what he can do. Just got to find ways to get other people involved. Because like I said, that comes with, it comes with being a point guard. Looking at Bilal, will he be a consistent second or third option? Right now, he needs work because and a lot of the work is on him. He second guesses himself. It is a confidence thing with him. And right now, it's up in the air who's going to be a second or third option behind Poole, because look, Poole needs help. And while you do have Chris Middleton, but Chris Middleton, again, what do you really expect from him in this stage? Can he still play? Absolutely. Can he still shoot that 3-point shot? Can he still defend? Be an average / above average defender? Absolutely. But we have to have more options, AB. It can't be JP 13 and then somebody else just challenge, somebody hopefully steps up. No. Bilal, right now is the time for him to hit that second gear, because right now, AB, there are no expectations, man. I mean, they just go out there and play. Next year, year 3, there are going to be some expectations. You need to see some progress. Right now is the time for them to make these mistakes, because next year, look, people are expecting some progress. Year 3 in a rebuild, you best believe after next year, especially after the next couple of drafts, this fan base is going to be looking like, okay, where are we going, man? What is the progress here? Because you need to see something. Because once you get past the year 4 rebuild, and then you're going to be in the same situation as Philly, where it's like, come on, man, what are we doing? Like, you got to have the light at the end of the tunnel. And like I said, with it being year 2, we're willing to give them that leeway, because right now is the time for them to make those mistakes. And right now, Bilal, just get that confidence, bro. Come on, be cool. We need you, because once he figures out a consistent offensive game, be cool, a.k.a. Bilal Coulibaly, is going to be a star. But he's very raw. He's very, very raw. And he's got to prove what his worth is as far as scoring-wise. Defense, he's there. But look, Pat Bev he's a high-level defender, and he's never been a consistent threat. That's what I'm saying. He's got to pick it up a little bit, because you see the aggression with the dunks, but then you get on the perimeter. And here's the thing, man. And this is not just on Be Cool. It's really the whole team and really the whole league. I am so sick and tired of seeing 4 guys on the perimeter, watching one guy in the paint. And look, if your 3-point shot ain't dropping, why are you out there? Like, why is he even out there? I mean, you're not a threat. Teams are not. There's a reason why he's getting a lot of open looks on the perimeter, man, because teams are giving him that opportunity. I mean, let's move without the basketball a little bit. Let's ball movement. You can't just have 4 guys on the perimeter, standing there waiting for the ball to get to them. And then the centers, right now, the centers do nothing but pick and pop and pick and rolls. I mean, that's it. It's stagnant. It's predictable. And I just don't understand the current NBA game. I don't understand what the Wizards are doing as far as ball movement, because there's very little ball movement. So that's where I'm at. I like Be Cool. I think he's a star. I think he's a very likable young man off the court, man. Like I said, I've had the pleasure to chop it up with him a few times, and definitely looking forward to get over there and talking to him, especially with exit interviews, man. But I hold him in heart and regard. But saying that, he's got to be more aggressive. He's got to hit that next gear, man. So Be Cool. Challenge you, brother. Come on. We need you to be that guy, because I think you can be that guy. So definitely think he will be that guy. But like I said, will he figure it out in the second half? Will he figure it out next year? It's on him. The ball is in his court. All right, AB, let's look forward tomorrow night, the second of the back-to-back. The Brooklyn Nets head into DC to face the Wiz Kids. A 7:00 tip-off. So, like I said, injuries were an issue tonight, and injuries will be an issue tomorrow. So, obviously, Sadiq Bey will be out, but Chris Middleton, Alex Sarr, both of them are dealing with ankle injuries. Marcus Smart, he is still dealing with it, I believe his hand injury, and Malcolm Brogdon an ankle injury, man. So there's a lot of ankle injuries going around in the building, man. So, AB, what is a matchup you're looking for, and one big key you want to see from the Wizards tomorrow night versus the Brooklyn Nets?
I think one thing, last time the Wizards played the Nets, Bilal Coulibaly has first career triple-double, so I do want to see how Bilal bounces back and how he can attack this Nets defense, a Nets team which just really isn't that much better compared to the Wizards. So take advantage of that. You always want to do that, and make sure that you don't turn the ball over as much as the other team. I think tonight it was a lot. We can't lie. So hopefully there's improvement on that, and especially again against a Nets team that just isn't that good. I know we're not good. We're the worst record in the NBA. But at the end of the day, we want to see improvement night in and out. That's what we want to see. Improvement. And Bilal, I expect a big game from him, at least aggressively. Hopefully he limits those turnovers, and let's just see what he can do from there. And again, I know you talked about it a little bit, but I was happy that Tristan Vucevic 19 minutes tonight. I know we talked about it yesterday. We didn't get that many minutes, so it was nice to see that. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. This guy can hoop, man. I'm telling y'all. young guys here, we got talent. It's just how can we utilize it and how they mold within these next couple of years.
Hey, AB, I agree 100%, man. These 5 draft picks under Will Dawkins, they can play. And when you add in A.J. Johnson and Kobe Jones, we have a nice young core here, man. We got a couple of loaded drafts coming up, man. So we're heading in the right direction. It's just me saying that. I'm just challenging my guy, be cool. Look, kick that next year, bro, because we know you can play. I mean, it's a mentality. Have that aggressive mentality. Attack the paint. Really have some confidence in your shot, man, especially mid-range and 3. Confidence, man, because he will get there. It's just going to take work. He's raw. You see what Alex are. Just put the work in, man. This team's going to do their job of developing them. They will get there. It's just, like I said, it's a mentality, AB. You know, that you get that Mamba mentality. You definitely want to see him be more aggressive because I think once he kicks that aggression in there, man, you're going to see a heck of a player offensively from Be Cool, man. So he will get there. But like I said, definitely challenge him, man, and have the attitude. Play with a chip, man. Like I said, play with an attitude. You know, I want to see some aggression out of him and Alex R. You know, I don't know if they got to do, man. Make him mad, man. Do something to make him mad, but I want to see that aggression come out. Definitely play with a chip, man. So, all right, guys, again, tomorrow night, you know, matchup I'm looking at. I'm going to say this real quick before we move on. Tomorrow night, I want to see them win the paint. The Brooklyn Nets are the 29th team in the NBA, and we are the 17th. This is a prime opportunity for Alex R, if he plays, Rashawn Holmes and Trixie Vucevic, to take care of the paint, man. Extend possessions with offensive rebounds. Definitely, let's play from the inside out. You know, definitely, you know, defensively, lock the paint down. As far as offensively, you don't want to see ball movement. You know, move without the basketball. Just find some open, high percentage looks, man. Utilize guys on the inside. You know, you got a guy, you know, Rashawn Holmes, he's a guy where he's a lob threat. He's a guy who's very active in the paint. Alex Sarr, lob threat, but a guy who can stretch the floor. You know, let's get these centers in position where they can contribute. Because again, AB, we need that second and third score, even fourth score. And Bilal, I think, can be a potential third scorer on this team in the future. This is, like you said, AB, this is the game where Be Cool really shines. I think, you know, he can take the pressure off of JP13. And Alex Sarr, again, if he plays, definitely want to see him pick it up inside out mentality. So with that, again, guys, we will be going live 9:30 tomorrow night. So definitely rock with your boys over here at Locked On Wizards. So let's get in the comments. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel, baby. When the game tips off, the NBA action is just getting started. And there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Because look, with FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game. So even if you missed the opening tip-off or want to bet on a fourth quarter comeback, you can stay in the action. And if you're looking for a bigger payout, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay. You guys know me. I love me some FanDuel, baby. And I'll tell you what, right now is the time to capitalize and make some cash, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Basketball season, the second half, you got baseball coming up. It is spring training for all you Nats and O's fans out there. So I know you're excited because I'm excited. But look, right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. That's FanDuel.com for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. All right, AB, let's get to our favorite part, the comments, baby. And I already got comments that I'm going to respond to real quick because everybody's questioning what is going on with my hat, man. I thought I told you guys before. So let's see. Shook Biz One says, Beast Guy, is that a Braves hat or a Houston hat? I would never put them ugly Atlanta Braves hat on my head. Never. No, it is the Harrisburg Senators hat. The AA affiliate minor league team for the Washington Nationals. The manager is Delano DeShields, former Baltimore Orioles great Delano DeShields, and he's my cousin. So I wear this hat to support my cousin, man. He's the father of WNBA player Diamond DeShields. So shout out to my cousin. Hopefully she's doing well in the WNBA. So yeah, it's the Harrisburg Senators. They are the AA team for the Washington Nationals, and my cousin is the manager. So showing that support, man. Like I said, if you ever get time to go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, dope, man, dope, because the stadium is actually on an island, man. So it is a nice stadium, good team, man. And look, the Nats are young, but they are definitely going to be looking good within the next couple of years. Lockton Law says, I think it's a Hampton U hat. Or Howard U, he says. Nah, it is the Harrisburg Senators, y'all. Kicking it all off, Lockton Law. Bilal shooting is getting on my nerves. It can, man, because it's a confidence thing. I mean, do you agree, AB? I mean, in your eyes, AB, is it a mechanics thing or is it a confidence issue?
I could say it's a mix of both, but I don't know. I really don't know because, again, I'm not really much of a shot doctor. I think I leave that up to Lethal Shooter and how he shoots. But at the end of the day, I think for Bilal, it's all about just making sure that you are taking those shots. Like, I don't want to see 4 to 5 shots. I want to see more because there's really no more excuses anymore because those guys that took those shots are now gone. You're the ones that have to take those shots. You're the one that has to take the load off JP13. You're the one that has these expectations come year 3. So whatever it is, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, looking at the shot, I'm a guy that looks at mechanics of shots, man. And I'll say this: the trajectory of his shot has to be higher. I mean, it's kind of a flat trajectory, and it's not enough spin. You can see that. He really is a quick release, but is a quick release to a fault. I mean, take the time to really get that rotation of the ball, man, because you can see it in the shot. It's very flat. There's no spin, and that's why you see it's just that's the biggest issue. Take the mechanics. You can find that quick release once your mechanics are sound. When you don't have sound mechanics, man, then the quick release can be your detriment when it comes to a jump shot. And you see that with Bilal Koulibaly. The son of God, my guy says Bilal pushes the ball up and passes up the mismatch multiple times. He had Cole Anthony on him. Why not try attacking the rim with a smaller guy on you? He's a dog on defense, but a pup on offense. I agree, man. There's a few times, AB, more than a few, really, where he brought the ball up and it's one on two. Or he has the advantage, especially in height. Attack, man. Attack the basket. That aggression is the problem. He's got to find that aggression and attack the basket. You see it with the dunks, but it's like, it can't be just a dunk or two. We need to see that. We need to see a consistent amount of aggression, attack, man. You want to be that second option, you got to prove you can be that second option, man. Because like I said, AB, nothing's going to be handed to you. This is not, look, this is still early on in the process here. It has to be earned. Nothing's earned right now for anybody. Let's be real, man. We've seen it. I mean, there's been young players where you thought they were part of the program and they're no longer here. I'm saying, look, right now it's time for them. Like I said, the second half of the season, right now is the time for them to just go out there and play. But don't get it twisted. You make those mistakes because you're trying to form good habits. So the ugly basketball is for a reason. You want to see them make those mistakes, but in the same token, man, you've got to have some progression, especially to go next year. So this is the time to make those mistakes. But Bilal, man, be cool. We got to see that aggression, attack, because he's got unreal athleticism. Cole Anthony stopping Be Cool. Hey, B, come on now. He is not stopping Bilal, man. So, you got to capitalize on that mismatch. I'm with you on that, son of God. Nomadic Brian says, while tracking the Magic kill us, watch Crushables on YouTube, rebuild and predict which championship in 2020. I don't know, man. Yeah, I was watching it too. I haven't finished the video, man. But matter of fact, we're gonna chop it up about within the next couple episodes. I'll briefly look at that. I'm gonna watch that tonight, man, because I was watching that too at Crushables. I love that channel, man. So we're definitely gonna chop it up about that. Locked and Long says, I understand this is a learning process, but when I see absolutely zero improvement from a player 55 games in the season, what is he learning? I mean, you see the potential of all these young guys. It's just right now, I'm not panicking because the second half of the second season in the rebuild. So let them make those mistakes. But next year, I want to see progression. And that's kind of where I'm at, AB. You agree, disagree?
No, definitely. Again, next year is where those expectations are set because, again, we can't give you the excuses anymore that you're dealing with these vets anymore. Right now, it's just up until the end of the season, it's okay, go make those mistakes. But come year 3 of this rebuilding team, you better hope those mistakes are limited.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100%. Let's see. My guy, Nobody Brown, also says, meanwhile, Orioles spring training. I'm saying both the Nats and the O's won today, so I'm very excited to see my O's and my Nats, man. Walk Infuse says, go Orioles. Indeed. Let's see. The Unknown Ism says the same old song, and he also says it never gets old. Amen. Let's see. Rich says, I try to watch the game, but I saw JP still shooting ill-advised threes from half court and dribbling the air out of the ball, only to turn it over. So it's turned the channel. I agree, man. And like I said, I like Jordan Poole. I think he's a really good player in this league. I think that he's a fringe all-star. But again, I think that the tail of the tape is this overall team-wise inconsistency. I mean, the whole team's been very consistent at times, man. Like I said, when it comes to JP13, I always said it's hard to turn a scoring-minded combo guard into a point guard. So it's still a transition for him. But like I said, the shot clock, utilize the shot clock. It's not just JP13, it's a team. I mean, there's a couple times with Bub just boom, and he hit it. I was like, I can't get mad at him, like, because he hit it. But in same token, it's like, I'm old school, man. I want to see 2-3 touches. I'm, bring the ball up and then poop. I'm shooting a jumper. Nah, pass the ball around. And then you have 4 guys that are standing there with arms shoulder, like just wait on the ball to get to them, man. It's like move without the ball. Like that is a skill that has just gone in the NBA, man. I mean, moving out the ball. The greatest guy I've seen move without the ball was Ray Allen. It's not even close. Reggie Miller was the same. They always found the right spots to shoot the ball, man. But it's not just by standing there; it's by moving without the ball. That one time where Ray Allen hit that 3-point shot, I believe it was Miami versus the San Antonio Spurs NBA Finals. He moved out the ball. Yeah, he utilized screens. That's how he got that shot opportunity. If he would have stood there and watched the game, they don't win that game. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Shook Biz one says, I'm thinking B Cool is getting burned out some. The others need to step up to take the load off him. I don't know if burned out. You young, man. I mean, look, the NBA, this is a long year. I'll say this burned out. You can say that, but I mean, I think overall they need to take the pressure off of JP13 because he's the focal point of most defenses. You got to see who's the next option. I mean, nothing against Chris Middleton, but if Chris Middleton is your second option and just stays, man, that's a problem because you got legit guys who are athletic who can definitely step it up offensively in B Cool and Alex R. And you say the same thing about Bub and Keyshawn. You want to challenge these young guys to take that step. Don't relegate a guy who's been in the league for 20 years. I did less than that, but you kind of know what I'm saying. I mean, if we're relying on Chris Middleton to step in and be that second option, is a problem because there's a reason why they traded him. If he was still that guy to be a second option, he would still be in Milwaukee, AB. I'm just saying he's not that guy anymore. And we need these guys to step it up because then right now is the time for them to do that, man. So Shook Biz, my guy, man, since I'm watching this and watching out for supervisors, that is dedication, y'all. Come on now, that is dedication. The Black Line says, why isn't AJ Johnson getting any playing time if we're supposed to be focusing on developing our young guys? This team isn't good enough for him to be buried on the bench. Let the kid play. I agree. I believe he dropped, man. I did have the stats in front of me. He had a really good game the other night for Go-Go. So he's getting those quality minutes with the Go-Go. And we've got so many guys in the second unit backcourt, man. You still got Brogdon, still got Marcus Smart, you got Bub Carrington. I mean, it's going to be tough right now to give him those minutes, man. But I'm with you, Black Line. I definitely believe it's time for this team to see what they have in AJ Johnson because he is a baller, man. Let's see. Should Biz one? He's got a question for the Abdullah. Where are you from? Says New York, New Jersey. Where are you from, maybe?
Northern Virginia. I don't know how you got New York and New Jersey. That's funny, but born and raised in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you got a little New York twang to you a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's all good. John Loftus, how you doing? Says Vucevic has an eye for the basket. He's got a scoring mentality at 7 foot. That's a sleeper, man. He is the backup center of the future, in my opinion. Guru Strong says all these dudes need to get in the weight room or play their video games with weighted controllers or something. Oh man, look, Guru Strong got the comment of the night. That is funny, man. The weighted controllers. Just the image of that in my head, man. It cracks me up, man. Weighted controllers. Let's see, guys. Man, we got a few more. Dan Tico 84 says coaching is key. Maybe a change is coming. Juwan Howard, Mark Jackson, Sam Cassell, or somebody. It's been a lot of growing pains with BK as a coach. Don't forget he's a first-time head coach. So I'm willing to give him 3 years, but like I said, eventually you do want to see overall, team-wise, AB, you want to see progression. You want to see some progression from the young guys. I think the front office has done well. There's been some misses here. The Denny trade wasn't the most popular. Waited too long to trade Kuzma, but I think overall, Michael Winger, Will Dawkins, Travis Schlink, they've done a really good, a great job in my opinion. There's been some, a couple of issues, man. But like I said, when I look at pressure on this team, I'm looking at, coaching wise, definitely year 3 and getting a full season under his belt as a head coach. I want to see some progression for BK, but I think he will get there. Suge Biggest One says, hard question time to B Scott and AB. Is it time to worry about coaching? If not, when? Next year. If you do not see progress next season, you consider making a change. And like I said, I'm a big fan of BK, man. I'm a big believer in him, man. But like I said, I'm also a believer in results and being real with what we're doing. I think you will, but like I said, the ball's in their court, man. Going into next year, you need to see some progression team-wide, especially at head coaching and from the young players, especially Bilal Koulibaly. Sugar Biz also said, I got friends from New York. He says, Abdullah sounds just like him. I'm just saying, Abdullah. I mean, all right, guys. So this is going to be the last comment of the night. It says, Brandon AB, in your opinion, do we need to take the next step in this rebuild? Is it coaching, development, defense? No, development is there. I mean, you see the development. They're developing these young guys. But a lot of it is on the players, too. Like Bilal, he's got to kick it in the next gear, man, if he really wants to be that player offensively. Defensively, he's there. Alex Sarr, same thing. Alex Sarr, you can argue shooting-wise, he's kind of made more progress than Bilal to a certain degree shooting. And to me, with both of them, is confidence. AB, you share that sentiment, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think confidence is the thing that's just not talked about less in sports, especially with young guys again, with Alex Sarr coming out of the Australian League and Bilal Koulibaly coming out of France, it's going to take some time. I think once they develop those jump shot mechanics, the aggression, it's only because defensively we don't have to worry about that. They're already dogs defensively. Once they develop that offensive bag, it's going to be great to see.
No, I agree 100%, my brother. I agree 100%. So, last one. I always say this all the time. Last one. Lock and Law says you need 3 or more 20+ point scores to be competitive in this league. We have 0. I mean, you can argue Jordan Poole. I mean, he's probably that guy, but I'm with you, man. That's what I'm saying. You need 2 more guys where you can say, "Here, go out there and get a bucket." Can't say that with Blau right now. Alex Sarr, we need that next guy. And right now, nothing against Chris Middleton because, like I said, he can still play. But if he was still that guy who could be that number 1 scorer, then he would still be in Milwaukee. And like I said, he's dealing with ankle injuries. He's getting older in this league. I think it's unrealistic to really depend on him to be that second scorer, man. You need to see who's going to be the consistent second or third guy, even fourth guy, because Keyshawn George, Bub Carrington. I think Bub Carrington is going to be a really good scorer. I think he could be the 2 guard of the future. Especially if, I'm just saying. I definitely think he's got a bright future here in DC, and also carries star potential. Keyshawn George, we know you can shoot the 3, man, but find other ways to contribute, and you see him at times do that. But then it's like they just lean on that jump shot, man. So I'm with you on that. So that's gonna be it, guys. I know Sugar Biz, New B Scott saying one more comment. I like chopping up with you guys, man. So I hate missing anybody's comments, man. So, all right, guys, that's gonna call that a night. I see you. I see a couple of you guys, man. Area 11_T, got you, man. Next time I got you. I hate to not answer your comments. So again, guys, I'm gonna try to do a mailbag this week coming up. We're gonna do a couple of mailbags, so be on the lookout for that. So, all right, everybody, we'll catch you guys at 9:30 tomorrow. We're gonna do a live recap of the Brooklyn Nets and Washington Wizards recap. Hopefully, it's a win for the Wiz. I think it's definitely a very winnable game, especially if we hold down the paint. So, before we roll, AB, got anything left, man?
No, man. The Wizards again. It's just at one point they were competitive in this game. That's all you want to see. Just hopefully competitiveness and improvement. There's nothing much else you could ask for except for getting the number 1 pick and drafting Cooper Fly.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Like I said, no guarantees, man. Definitely plan accordingly. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow night. Hail to the Wizards and peace.